Mr. Dick Butter, sorry I'm late. You know when you something bad happens and then you realize it wasn't bad? How good that feels? That's what just happened to me. I walked into my office, the studio here, and it's a nice ass studio with a lot of cool ass shit in it. And I step in through the threshold of the door and I have socks on and my socks get soaking wet. And I'm like, oh, Nelly, where is this water coming from? I'm in, and I'm like, and I pull up the carpet and I look and it's completely soaked and the wood floor underneath is soaked and I'm tripping. And normally, whenever I'm done with the podcast, I leave the studio and I have two doors. I have a door and then I have this really high end, like crazy security screen. Like you could hit it with an axe and you ain't getting in. But lately, it's been so hot this week in Santa Cruz that during the day, I leave the door open and just close the screen. And so I'm just tripping. I'm like, man, where's this water coming from? Is it leak? Do I have a busted pipe somewhere? Like, what's going on? And then I look outside the threshold of the door and there's like 10 water balloons that have been burst. So I call the boys over. I'm like, hey, were you guys throwing water balloons at my the door of my office, my studio? And they said, we weren't throwing it purposely at your door, but one of the boys was standing in front of the door. And that's where he had taken position to hold ground and he got into a war with Avi. And he goes, so a lot missed and hit the screen door. And I pretended to be angry at him, but like I'm really not angry. I'm just like, holy shit, thank God. It's not a burst pipe. You know what I mean? Thank God it's just water balloon. Oh, awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Mr. Chad. Mr. Labrador Chad. Chado the hiker. Weed smoker. I never watch Weekly Update. I wait for Sevon's review. Smart. Smartest thing said in a long time. Fergie. Evening, Sevonistas. Ken Walters. What a savage. I did 10 squat cleans with 135 unbroken the other day, thinking I was the king shit. This motherfucker is exactly, I think, 10 years older than me. And he did 10 unbroken and then forgot to film it and waited 15 minutes and did 10 more. And I don't know what's wrong with his mobility, but he can't even rack the bar. So he has to catch everyone like this. Like I can go like this and rest. He catches the bar here and squats with it. It's not even resting on his collarbone. I don't know how he did it. I'm just like, dang. Dizzledinger. Nice to see you. Is that a new picture? Like your last one, the head was a little more red. Husband looks like a UFC fighter. All right. Watch both, Dave. With that algorithm, let it play on mute. Oh, very sweet. Very, very sweet. Spoken like a true YouTuber. How is it this week? Is it easy? God, I hope it's short. I should have done it earlier today, but I went to go watch my kids do jiu-jitsu. They're prepping for a big tournament. And so I was like, fuck it. And I needed to prepare for tomorrow's guest. Tomorrow's guest is gonna be wild tomorrow morning. Guy held his breath for 29 minutes and 3 seconds. He's a beast. Sevon, you have a good Labor Day? Is today Labor Day? I didn't even know today was Labor Day. If today was a Labor Day, it was great. Captain, Mr. Rogers, I have my Zen and a Diet Coke. Oh, that's fun. Damn, that's a good life. That's fun. That is some serious indulging. Hopefully you just had sex or you have a good woman walking around the house. Old pair of tighty whities. Nothing better. Oh. Because I don't post it on my Instagram? Because I don't post myself with all my guns on my Instagram? It's all my hardware in my big safe. You wonder if I can hold a gun? Someone said that I was a dork the other day. Like they didn't mean to say it, but they let it out like it was their true feelings. They're like, God, you're like a little old dork. I was like, wow, all right. Because, you never know what your perception is. I always think that like people think like I'm a retired rapper. I always think that everyone thinks I'm cool like a black guy. So that shook me a little. Shook me for like 5 minutes. I think probably his is probably a more reasonable assessment of how the outside world sees me. Uh, you want to see something else really quick? I don't know. You guys want to? We could talk about misogyny or the projection of misogyny, or we could talk about degenerates. Clock. I really liked your response. I didn't watch Amanda Hari's video, but I dabbled in the comments. I thought your response was awesome. Is Clock Cutter the same as Clock? I don't fucking know what the fuck's going on. I just got back from a trip to Arizona. Did I miss any good shows? Who styled your hair, Seth, for those events? Who did that? Who did that to you? Who did that to you? You tell me. I'll send the boys over to whoop their ass. Totally not cool. Great job, by the way. You held down the desk show. Dave Castro at 1.25. Because we all process information so quickly these days. Oh yeah, Avera is such a delusional hater. It's crazy. I wonder who Avera is. Listen, if you think that because someone doesn't like the WNBA that they're a misogynist, is it obvious to everyone that you're projecting? Like, does everyone get that? Like, you cannot like the WNBA and it has nothing to do with women. How do you jump to the conclusion that if I say I don't like the WNBA, that I'm a misogynist? It doesn't even. I would fucking hate to live my life like that, through a lens like that. Basically, what you're saying is that you think that right away, you think that someone doesn't, everything that anyone says, you right away take it to sex. And what does that make you? It makes you a fucking sexist. That's like the origin of being a sexist. Vera doesn't know what the word delinquent means. We were called delinquents. Clearly, you and your crew are more aptly called degenerates. I don't know if, let me see, degenerates. 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 Can be used as a verb or adjective meaning to decline to a worse state, a person or behavior considered immoral, depraved, or specialized term for something usually simplified. The truth is like, if you just want to sum us up in a the best way to describe us is just hardworking. Fuck, those guys are relentless, relentlessly hardworking. And hey, when you're Gandhi was saying this thing about, hey, you got to be careful if you have friends. He said it a little more sternly than I am. I'm lighting up his words. But you got to be careful when you have friends, because you don't want to do anything. When you have friends, you might do things that require you to lie or test your integrity. Not test your integrity, fall back on your integrity or be immoral. And you have to be aware of that. That's why loyalty is can be such a bad or challenging trait. But what you get from this group is a lot of straight talk. I was going to say truth, but that's a little self-righteous. You get a lot of straight talk, and the straight talk goes to everyone. So it's really easy for someone to say, you guys are always hating on HQ. You guys are always hating on the WFP. You guys are always hating. Like, no, it's just a lot of straight talk. So if you're one of those people that anytime anyone says anything and you put it through the lens of a man-woman thing, man, you got problems. Life's going to be hard for you. Go back and watch that podcast I did with the Clinton things. Colleen explains it just so well. So well. Yeah, Tank was he got the big old hit of the sticky icky this morning. I didn't see too many of his comments. I saw more like rebuttals, but I could only imagine. He gets like so hyper myopic and starts tripping balls.
Monday, September 1st, 2020.
Gun case on the couch, rifle case.
weekend.
Maybe I'll start leaving my rifle case out in the back.
In review, the Everyday Hero Service Cup starts on September 15th and ends.
And once again, the audio is fucked again. Not as good as last week. Sevi, is that a DEI shirt? No, this is my Jesus shirt. You can get this at Vindicate, VNDK8.com. Most of you probably don't have the balls to wear it. Even though I don't think it takes balls to wear it, I just know that, like, I realized once I started wearing this, I was like, oh, people don't wear Jesus shirts because they're scared. If I was a Christian, I'd probably be the greatest living Christian alive, to be honest. Spread the gospel better than, well, I don't know. I spread the gospel better than anyone I know. And live by it also. That's not an electric guitar case? That'd be cool if it was. Dave wearing the Golden State basketball shirt. The Golden State Valkyries, the #1 venue in the United States and most visited venue in the United States. I think they sell more tickets to their games than all the other NBA teams combined or some shit like that. Crazy. And the reason they do it, the reason why liberals do stuff is the same reason, like, you get dressed in the morning. You get dressed in the morning to put on your veil of, like, looking a certain way. So you wear a collared shirt or you wear the Jesus shirt to, like, let people know you're cool or that you're religious, or you wear the TMT hat so people realize, like, fuck this, I'm like Floyd Mayweather. You know what I mean? Like, it's all about signaling people, right? And what you wear and how people can see your nipple piercing through your shirt and just all that shit, right? And the WNBA isn't actually a sporting event. It's something you do. It's like going to concerts. A lot of people who go to concerts, I think, do this. It's something you do so you can tell other people you do it. Like, you put the Black Lives Matter flag up in your front yard, but you know nothing fucking about the black experience here in the United States. All that shit. And so the reason why the WNBA in San Francisco sells so many tickets is because people want to support women's sports. It's not like they enjoy it, or it's just another part of the accoutrement of their image. That's why they go. Unless the Indiana Fever are in town, you want to see Caitlin Clark, then it's not like that. But the vast majority of people, and that's why it's so successful, because everyone in San Francisco is like that. It's just like, how natural can you make your hair? How little makeup can you wear? How big fake tits can you get without anyone knowing that they're fake? How many Teslas can you own? Maybe not anymore. It's all just signaling. It's just all to put on the best virtue signaling apparel and presentation. And going to WNBA games is like, I'm rich and I'm support women. It's complete batshit crazy. It's complete, like, no one's going there because they, like, enjoy it, unless Caitlin Clark's there. It has nothing to do with the fact that they're women. It has to do with the fact that the sport just hasn't developed. And if you think it does, because if you think I'm saying it because it's women, then and you call me a misogynist, you're projecting. You're a sexist. I don't know if you're a misogynist, but you're definitely a sexist. And that's fine, but grow a fucking little bit of self-awareness.
On September 22nd. There are multiple categories: military, law enforcement, firefighter, medical, educator, CrossFit professional, service supporter, that you can sign up for. The event's $10 or it's $45 with the event and a t-shirt bundle. And the $45 t-shirt bundle also comes with 3 months of Mayhem programming. This is something we're doing in collaboration with Mayhem. So the Everyday Hero Service Cup is September 15th through September 22nd.
Is that where that's you have to do? God, that seems ridiculous. Why isn't that just bundled up with the Open? It used to be you just did the Open and you found out who the fittest firefighter was. So now they have something called the Service Cup that anoints that. Is that what that is? I don't
posted
know.
Workouts recently.
But that's interesting that CrossFit's working so closely with Mayhem. More Mayhem. Go Rich.
And then on November 15th, Mayhem will host an Everyday Hero Service Games. So check it out. It's a lot of
shit. Wow. I wonder if that will be streamed. November 15th, the Service Cup Games.
Fun. The workouts are cool. It's gonna be.
You don't fucking know what cool workouts are. I'll tell you what cool workouts are, Mr. Machines.
Good competition and something to do in a few weeks if you feel like competing in an online competition. Let's hop into comments. At Grey Ghost 07, how do you feel about some of the CrossFit Games critics dubbing themselves movement standard experts, in particular those who haven't judged frequently at a high level or hold a certificate higher than and a level 2? I mean, there's plenty of critics in our space, and there's plenty of critics in any space that has a passionate community or a sport or a following. So criticism, all of that, it just comes with the space. It just comes with.
You could be a movement level. You could be a movement expert as a practitioner or with an eye without any certificates. Have you ever, like, if you ever go to like my kids go get lessons from a professional skateboarder, and the shit he sees when they're skateboarding is insane. Skateboarding happens so fast as people are coming in and out of the bowls and doing flip kicks and kick flips and all that shit, and the nuances of foot placement and whether you're leaning forward or backward or which direction your head is pointing. There's no like a certificate doesn't mean shit. Person who asks that question is a fucking moron. Go fuck yourself. A certificate means that at most you're going to look at what other people tell you to look at. And that's why people didn't squat below parallel for fucking 50 years in the United States. It's just fucking horseshit. What is it? There's some fallacy, right? That there's some title of a fallacy of certification fallacy, or there's some word for that. It's bullshit. Just because a doctor tells you something doesn't mean shit. It's just that guy's fucking perspective based on how he was brainwashed.
If we didn't have anything, we'd be irrelevant. If we didn't have anyone talking about us, criticizing us, we wouldn't even exist. There would be no relevance to who we are.
If there was no one talking about us, we wouldn't be relevant or exist. Ding, 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 ding. I bet you Dave's the only person at HQ who knows that. That's not fair. 1%. Other people, some like 1% of the people there know that. 1%. If people are talking about you, it's a fucking win.
What we're doing. The fact that
what's lame is that Andrew Hiller will post something and show someone not squatting, instead of everyone saying, thank you, Andrew, for pointing that out and giving attention to the event. Hey, we'd like to see the event have better judging, or we'd like to see the coaches get closer to the athletes so that they can tell them to use, form and technique that won't get them injured. Instead, they fucking attack the messenger. What the fuck is that? Why the fuck are you attacking the messenger? That's not giving it attention. Stay focused on what the person's talking about.
We have so many people who have strong opinions, positive or negative, about us, just proves how impactful we are in the world and how much people are paying attention. So the critics, the criticism, the critics.
Thank you, Andrew, for blowing up our OnlyFans page. Yeah. There you go. Thank you. Thank you. That girl got upset because Andrew said something about he was making fun of them. And by the way, if you're the only person on a podium and you're in the first place spot and there's no one in second and third because no one else was in the competition and people make fun of you, it's totally okay. You should be making fun of yourself. It's fucking funny. My mom told me one time she ran the 5K in the town of Benicia where she lives. And she's like, hey, I got the gold. I was the fastest person in my age division. Like, oh, that's awesome. She goes, I was the only person in my age division. Yeah. There you go. Simple.
Who are dubbing themselves movement standard experts. There's a little field or a little path for all of.
And you fucking dipshits who keep fucking talking shit about the Lazar Jukic death, like somehow we absolved HQ of it. No, you fucking morons. Listen, we didn't absolve HQ of it, and we also didn't absolve Lazar of it. We've talked about it completely fairly on both sides. No one is saying that he shouldn't have been pulled up sooner, and no one is fucking, and everyone is with fucking a half a fucking brain knows that fucking he drowned means nothing, that something else happened. You don't just get in a car accident. You're not just driving along and your fucking car combusts. That's not how it fucking works. Something happened. You hit a pothole. A fucking bird crashed into your windshield. You had a fucking heart attack and drove into a fucking tree. Something fucking happened. That's the part of the conversation you don't like. So when we bring that up, you think that we're absolving HQ. No, they should have had fucking 20 more fucking lifeguards out there. You fucking pussies. And no one brings up Lazar more than me on this fucking show. You fucking idiots.
These people, and you know, some of them choose to go that route, and that's fine. None of it, like, I don't care. It's all part of it. It's all
Thank you, Dave. I appreciate your sobriety.
part of the system. At Rick McGuffey 9881, absolutely love the idea of a garage affiliate. Keep the barrier to entry super low, allow us to build a base, then we open a brick and mortar, pay full price. I think there's a couple expressions of a garage gym. One is what you're describing. One where you're,
And hey, why aren't you guys asking what happened to Lazar? That's the fucking question. Why aren't you asking? Why are you worried about what happened to him after he died? Like, when did he die? When do you think he died? Just ask yourself, stop and take a deep breath and be like, how come I never look at that side of the story? How come I don't have... That's going to be the number one place to prevent this from happening in the future. Christine Young, my mom's car caught on fire on the side of the road in 1987. Tires blew up too. It was too great. Okay. Why did her car catch on fire? Laura Horvat said she wanted to punch people in the face in her IG post. She's the rudest fucking person you've ever met in person. By far. I don't care either. I still liked her. She can be as rude as she wants to me. I fucking, like Dave said, I don't care. But she's unbelievably rude. The stuff that comes out of her mouth is wild. Almost like she has a mental health issue. Not almost, that she does. Well, that's a good question. It's unbelievable that people like Pat will say, well, he just got tired. Is that what he said? Hey, even that would be a fucking start. Lazar was autistic? I don't know. I don't think so. Sevi, what happened with Gabby and Christoph? I don't know. I don't think I can tell you. I don't know if I can tell you. I was tripping on the shape of Gabby's head at the WFP. I was like, what shape is that? Oh, Laura's autistic. Oh. She's nasty. She's nasty.
actually a CrossFit Garage gym who has plans on training people and actually training out of their gym. Others, I think, might start a garage gym just for the association or to be part of a garage gym club, essentially, of a collective of CrossFit and garage gyms who identify that way. Like for myself, I would love to have my garage gym affiliated, not to train people, but just flying the banner. So we're looking at options. We're looking at some things.
Me
Hopefully
too.
we can pull something off.
Me too.
At Sammy Gilf CF. Hey, Dave, thank you for taking the time out.
Sammy Gilf? Grandmother I'd like to fuck? Is that the name?
Your busy schedule.
I can't tell you about the Gabby Christoph thing because it's so many rumors, but I will say this: Christoph took an unfair shellacking from the updates I've heard in the rumors when he left the games and left his supposed girlfriend Gabby there alone with Ben Smith. I think that there's nuances and not so nuances to that story that have come out. If you want to dig around, you can find them. You could hear them from someone that absolved Christoph of any wrongdoing.
To make these videos. So what's the process to get Hero WODs turned into an official CrossFit benchmark? I'm a CrossFit level 2 and made one per request of my friend for his late colleague, U.S. Army medic Kendall Jordan McCree, who passed away on November 27th, 2023. So you have to email into customer service. You have to say you're making a hero, you'd like to make a hero workout. You have to tell us the situation. The family has to sign off on the actual hero workout, and the hero, and sorry for your loss, by the way, the hero has to actually have been an active CrossFitter or a real CrossFitter. We've had a ton of requests over the years for hero workouts for people who didn't do CrossFit. And
Rosa fucked that all up. Hero WOD should be just for American soldiers or first responders who died in the line of duty. Is that how you say that word? Duty? Died in the line of duty? Doing something heroic. That's it. As soon as they started getting to like honorable mentions or non-Americans, it's like, go fuck yourself. Sorry, American company. Have Ferrari. If you're died and you're Italian, have Ferrari do something for your people.
It's a slippery slope. Even when you
doesn't matter that it's an international company. Shut the fuck up. I don't care. That doesn't mean anything. You're not going to buy a Gucci bag if it's made in Detroit. Do you understand that? No one wants to buy a Gucci bag. Oh, this was made in Baltimore. No one wants that. There's brand value in fucking CrossFit being an American country. There's brand value because the fucking American military is the mightiest fighting force on the planet. That's it. Big old dosey, shut the fuck up. I don't care if it's international. It can still be international. You can do it.
Look at a few years ago when the Queen died, they made a workout for someone in Europe, someone in the community out there made a workout for the Queen. And there's a point where you're kind of just
hey, no, listen to this. Magnus Holmgren. No one wants to buy anything with made in USA. Yeah, except if you're a human being. Except if you're a human being, that's the only place you want to be born. How's that, Magnus? Yeah, I want my Porsche from Alabama. Is that where they're being made now?
Jumping on a moment to try to take advantage of it and drive some attention. I think with some of these, especially ones who aren't authentically around a CrossFitter, you know, we've had requests for Pat Tillman, we've had requests for MLK, we've had requests for anyone and everyone you can think of. And the fact that we have this line where they had to have been a CrossFitter puts us in a good position for selecting hero workouts. And then also, yes, the family has to sign off on it, because if the family doesn't want us to do a workout for an individual, we're not going to do that if they don't want us to create one for them. So I don't know the situation that you just outlined for the soldier or the soldier who passed away, but you could re-forward me all the information, dave@crossfit.com, and I'll take a look at it. And there's also a huge backlog. There's just a lot of hero workouts that we still need to get through, even from back in the day, from back in early 2000s, mid 2000s, early 2010. So we have a backlog of hero workouts. We did have an effort to get through them. We made a dent, but I think we should turn that back on and get through more of them. At Brad Anderson 3.
Listen. Louis Vuitton has some items made in LA. That's fine. LA's fine. You got a handful of gay dudes in LA making Louis Vuitton shit. Fucking I sign off on it. Fine. That's fine.
241. Good evening, Dave. I haven't watched lately, and this might have already been covered. I like the programming for the Service Cup this year, but it doesn't have the feel from last year. Feels like another Open. I fully expected you and Rich to announce new hero wads, which would have been an epic. No hero wads this year is disappointing. That's great feedback. I think we should have probably a good theme of the Service Cup would be including a hero workout. So I agree.
LL Bean, totally fine. Make it in the USA. That fucking vaccine requiring company Carhartt, where they fired their employees who didn't take the vaccine, fine, can be made in the USA. Although I wish they'd go to fucking Canada now.
Centaur W8 weightlifting. Would CrossFit consider someone other than the legends to do the age group games? Not at this time, no.
Yes, of course. The answer is yes. They'll consider anyone to do anything. You want to fucking program legends, offer CrossFit $1 million. They're like, hey, we want to do fucking the Masters. Here's $1 million. We want to buy the license. Done. It's yours. That's such a passive aggressive question. What you're saying is that you didn't like Mike and John's fucking programming, and you're too much of a pussy to fucking say it. Just say what you fucking mean. Wall Street weightlifter. Fucking Sevon. I got to use AirPods because the kids are around. I apologize. I'm on one today. I'm trying to get through this fast too because big jiu-jitsu tournament in Stockton coming up, and I want to get in the garage and put Ari through some shit. I'm pretty fired up. Lately, in the last few months, I've noticed that like the podcast is competing with my time with the kids, like in my own mind, not like my kids are like watching porn or anything now, but I get out there and it's like I want to play a couple games of Doses, a game of Sorry, and fucking have a pull-up contest in the garage. Instead, I'm in here fucking spraying retard repellent on fucking Dave's podcast. No, I don't really drink. Like, if my friends aren't in town, when Greg's not in town, I don't really drink. I was thinking the other day, like, I don't drink at home. I don't have drinks. But someone the other day, people were drinking beers and it's like, I didn't even know. I stopped taking NO Explode. I got a new goal. I don't want to say it because if I tell you guys, 5 of you assholes will do it and send me a fucking video of it. Now that I did the 10 squat cleans at 135, I got a new goal. Oh, we are your kids. Oh, all right. That's good. All right.
Teresa Samavidi 2120. Dave, the CrossFit training YouTube channel needs help with audio quality. Their latest video about aging athletes was absolutely terrible audio in a topic that is very interesting to learn more about. How can we get better audio quality on that YouTube channel? We'll make that happen. That team will improve their audio.
I've listened to like 3 CrossFit podcasts in the last month. I didn't hear any problem with the audio. Is that true? Is that true?
Quality. At Jeff Howard AFK, the not CrossFit games would start with just the benchmark workouts listed on the games profile. Agreed. At Derek 1125,
How about just make the athletes actually fill out that questionnaire? How about before we worry about what's on the fucking athlete profile, we just get people to actually fill it out?
Have a home or garage affiliate. My wife and I would definitely do garage or home gym affiliate, but keep the cost of it down to have it more manageable. At Lee Frazier, amazing. So many voices out there. I hope this doesn't offend you, but this old woman in Texas is virtually high-fiving you all the way with your opinions. I love it when you straight up say yes, no, and when you're not sure or wish CFHQ would do something different, you're upfront about that too. Keep it up. You're transparent when you need to be, and keep personal and private what should be. You're wiser than most. Keep up the great work. Thank you. All you need to say is simply yes or no. Anything beyond that comes from the evil one, Matt 537.
Wow. Wow. That summed up Dave really well.
Thanks, Lee. I appreciate this continued support and the comment. At Angel Cole 4411, is the games a community event? The games, the actual test is a test to find the fittest alive. That's
Here we go. Another leading question that's passive aggressive. Probably. I'm giving it 82% chance. Are the games a community event?
starts with CrossFit Open. The spectacle around it, everything surrounding it at that event is a community event. The stages before that,
Like, is an NFL game a community event? Tell me what a community event is. I went to an opera the other day in town. Was that a community event? Or was that a community center? The fuck you mean is it a community event?
specifically the Open. The Open is the largest CrossFit community event that leads to the CrossFit Games through the Open workouts. That is very much a community piece. What happens around the semifinals, what happens around these events is very much a community thing. But what's happening on the floor, it's a test to find the fittest alive. So is the games
When you go to a WNBA game, I bet you see at least 20 shirts that say protect our trans kids. That's what a WNBA event is. Unless Caitlin Clark is there.
community event? Outside the ropes, yes, absolutely. Inside the floor, it's a world-class test to find the fittest alive, and a demanding test and a challenging test, and and not something everyone in the community can do. Look at a number of those workouts. They are all scalable and something very relatable that everyone can do, but a lot of them as written, a lot of people can't do. And so
Especially if you don't own every single machine.
Not a community event. The spectacle of it, sure. The atmosphere around it, the affiliates that come to see it, the trainers, the community.
5 out of 10 events have machines in them.
Are you ready
Machine games
for you to rock? Is CrossFit still going to have a law enforcement webinar similar to the firefighter webinar back in June? Yes. It's right around the corner. I got to look the dates up, but yes. At Natalie Peterson 6553, I believe you mentioned in the past it's level 3 is being revamped. Do you have any updates on
That's a good
collaboration with Mayhem?
Shit.
So the everyday Peterson 3241.
That's a good sign that they're going to do the I didn't realize that they were going to do a seminar for law enforcement. That's awesome. More talk to the base.
Good evening, Dave. I haven't watched lately, and this might have already been covered. I like the programming for the Service Cup this year, but it doesn't have the feel from last year. Team of the Service Age Group Games channel needs help with audio quality. That team, Eric 1125. I'd like to have a home or garage affiliate fiving you all the way with your wiser than most. Keep up the great 4411. Everything surrounding it at that event is a community event.
Sorry,
the stages before that, specifically the Open. The Open is the largest CrossFit community event that leads to the CrossFit Games through the Open workouts. That is very much a community piece. What happens around the outside the ropes, yes, absolutely. Inside the floor, it's a world-class test to find the fittest alive, and a demanding test and a challenging test and and not something everyone in the community can do. Look at a number of those workouts. They are all scalable and something very relatable that everyone can do, but a lot of them as written, a lot of people can't do. And so the test, are you ready for you to rock? Is CrossFit still going to have a law enforcement webinar similar to the firefighter webinar back in June? Yes, it's right around the corner.
Good.
I got to look the dates up, but yes.
Awesome.
And Natalie Peterson, 6553. I believe you mentioned in the past that the level 3 is being revamped. Do you have any updates on what that will look like? When it'll be changed and what the cost will be?
Jesus, he gets a lot of questions.
The level 4 is being revamped, and hopefully by October, so in a month, we're going to start testing it with a small group of people, kind of putting some people through it, and then as all that works out and we get feedback on it from the systems and from how it's flowing, see if we can make anything better, then we'll do a launch. I think there's a scenario in the future where basically I would really like to take it in this direction. So you have the level 1, which is large group setting, 1 to 10 trainer ratio to participant. You're being taught how to do the movements and getting feedback on how you move. Then you go to level 2, where it's all about being a coach, and it's a 1 to 7 ratio, much smaller groups. You're working with your group, teaching them how to coach, and the trainer, our trainer, is giving you feedback on your coaching. So level 2 is much more about coaching and giving you feedback on your coaching.
I think that's what it is
level
already.
Level 3 is purely academic. It's a written test in nature. You study for it, then you take it. And then level 4, what it's morphing into, is going to be this guided one-on-one mentorship that's going to view your training and then give you feedback on your training to make you a better trainer. And then at the end of it, reassess and then become level 4 out of that.
That's really going to piss Taylor off. He wants the level 4 to be so fucking hard because he wants to be so proud of it. That's really going to, I wonder how hard that's going to be. Sebon, who's a better redshirt, Chuck or Hobart? That's really sexist of you. How come there's no women in my choice? How come you didn't choose a woman? That's very sexist of you. How come you didn't put a woman in there for me to choose from? You misogynist fuck. Oh, my mom. My mom or Hobart or Chuck? Well, scratch my mom off because she's a woman. Woman be a good level that good red shirt. That's ridiculous. I'm really in no position to say. Like, if you get a chance to engage with either of them, you're a lucky human. All those guys, yeah, Joe Alexander, just engaging with these people feels special. I still feel that way. When I engage with Hobart, I'm like, wow, this is like a wonderful human being with a tremendous amount of knowledge who can share it. And same with Chuck and Joe Alexander and Todd Whitman. They're it's crazy. You'd be racist if you pick Hobart. No. Yeah, you can't go wrong with any of those dudes. It's awesome engaging with Chuck. It's cool.
So you look at level 1, large group, 1 to 10 ratio, level 2, 1 to 7, level 3 kind of departs from our model. And
it's very warm when you engage with Chuck. I don't know how to explain it, but it's warm. Chuck was my L1 flow master. Yeah, he's the shit.
Test in that you do at a Pearson View testing center, and level 4 you come back and work with our trainers in a one-on-one scenario situation. I think there's a future where the level 4 slips in front of the level 3 and the written test becomes the end of everything. I
nice
think
save,
the
Dave.
written test for a lot of people is not appealing. So I think there is a future where the written test is the end of it all, and this mentorship, this guided experience to make you a better trainer on a one-on-one environment is actually before the written test and after the level 2.
Yeah, that's yeah, you get a little bit like some of Chuck has crazy swag, and you get, yeah, I think that's a good way. You get a little bit of it when you deal with him. Eric O'Connor's great too. Yeah, fucking amazing.
So that's where I'd like to see it go, but that's down the road. First, we just need to launch this level 4. At hand B, you mentioned you took advice to simplify it this year. Would you be willing to share who gave you that advice? So if I said I took advice, I might have stated that the wrong way. That was kind of my own guiding light, or my own kind of foundational approach to programming the games this year. And
he's referencing the programming. He's referencing the programming
if
for the CrossFit Games.
Anybody gave me that advice, I just say the methodology. I just thought about, again, simplifying it, just not doing crazy things, just focusing on pure CrossFit. And that was a realization I had early on in deciding to program and how I was going to program. But just guided by my years of doing this and understanding the methodology and understanding how sometimes you can go away
and my budget and my
not
budget
in some, but in specific certain events. Even when you look across most CrossFit Games programming, 70% of it is pretty straightforward, pure CrossFit. And then there's stuff that leaves that realm. This year it was just like all of it, pretty much pure CrossFit.
No, actually 5 of the workouts weren't pure CrossFit. 5 of the workouts were not pure CrossFit. 5 of the workouts were pure CrossFit. The other 5 were just retarded machine shit. Sorry, can't leave it alone. So tired of the fucking machines. Great discussion with Bryson Del Monte, Taylor Self, Caleb Beaver, and Colton Mertens regarding the machines. I'm like, fuck the machines. Yeah, Machine Gate. Yeah, fuck the machines. I'm done. I'm done letting them dictate the outcomes of these workouts. And any of you people who are like, I don't like the conflation of it. Well, it's big man or small man, or that's because you want to do it for big man, or you want to do it for small man, or they're not fun to watch. I don't even care about that component of it. I'm not worried about the spectacle. I'm not worried about if it's big man or small man. I think if this was over the top with running, I'd be totally fine with it. But it's not. They're machines that just get your heart rate up with a very low, absolutely lowest skill level demand of any movement in CrossFit. The joke, the absolute joke. I'm paraphrasing, but JR was explaining to me that the placement of machines, I like what he said, should be placed in the workout to rev up the intensity, where otherwise you might not be able to rev it up, and you want to test intensity. If I got that wrong, I apologize, JR. But it's like, hey, if everyone's just been doing Grace for a fucking long time, let's just put and we want to test it up under a little bit more fatigue, then 25 cals or 30 cals on the assault bike as fast as you can, and then do Grace. I get it. But 50 cals on the assault bike, Grace, and then 50 cals on the assault bike, go fuck yourself. You ain't testing shit. Except for how good you are at some stupid ass fucking machine with zero transferable skills.
Vagnaro. CF used to do some awesome out of season competitions like the lift off and pair up throwdown. That stuff is great for community building and affiliates. CrossFit Combine is a great idea. I used to love those events. The lift off was great. Pair up and throwdown, they were great. I think we made a huge mistake when we pulled those offline. And that was, back in 17 or 18. It might have been 18.
This takes us back, and Dave knows this better than everyone. This takes us back to my conversation that I had with Rich. Here's the problem. If you take CrossFit at its peak, nobody can do better than what CrossFit did. It covered all the bases. It was stretched so fucking thin. The largest participatory sport in the world. Seven subject matter expert seminars in gymnastics and weightlifting and how to juggle a football and blah, 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 all that shit. And then there was the Invitational, and there was the fucking Giant Open, and then there was a CrossFit store, and then there were sectionals and regionals, and there was the affiliate gathering in Montana. And it was fucking when the whole, that's all, if all of that garnish, that eyeliner, those accoutrements, if that's what you want, then that's not where CrossFit is, and they're not doing those things. All the media that's gone, although they're doing a tremendous job of bringing it back. Hats off to them for that. But if you want all of that, if you have that now and you want to offer that as a service in the community, it's wide open, because CrossFit has relinquished that turf. Other than that, everything else is just regurgitated bullshit. No, even Rich was dancing around it, but he knows we're always going to be doing CrossFit. Even if he breaks away, he's always going to be doing CrossFit. You're not going to improve on anything. But Sevon, there's no twisting or turning or rotational or third access, 12th access move. Shut up. It's in the fitness. You can work that in anywhere in the methodology outside the 9 foundational movements. Like if you're teaching a wrestling class and you want to do sprawls instead of burpees, that's still CrossFit. If you want to do that, if you're teaching, if you have a softball team and you want to teach where you hold the fucking ball and throw it against the wall and twist and catch it instead of doing toes to bar, that's still CrossFit. It's like, man, quit looking at it from this 5,000 foot view. Go to 100,000 feet. It's all been explained clearly over the years by Greg Glassman and the CrossFit Journal, if you believe that ever existed, which it did. But anyway, there's a huge vacuum, and that's what people are feeling. And there's a misnomer by saying we need change. We don't need change. You just want more shit. And I get it. I want more shit too.
When everything else was cut. And
this whole notion that CrossFit's a religion or it's like a religion, it's not like a religion. It is a religion. And whether you like that or not, and a religion has to have a dogmatic, faithful leader. And it doesn't, we don't have one of those either. It has to. It has to. It's just the way it is, guys. If you don't realize that, then you don't even realize what CrossFit is.
15, 20,000 people signing up for those, and they were growing every year. And it gave people another outlet to compete, and it gave them another reason to engage. And the different formats from the open was also really cool.
CrossFit is the workout that Jesus Christ described in Matthew 3:24 when he talked about getting in shape in the Bible. He was talking about CrossFit.
I wish we were doing more of those, but maybe we'll get to a place.
Yeah, Dave wants to do more too.
All right, that's it. We can review. Thanks for tuning in. Go ahead and leave your thoughts in the comments. Thanks.
All right. Thank you. That was fun. Enjoyed that. Breath of fresh air. Sweating like a pig. Answer me. Is doing Daniel Brandon snatches, no, is doing dumbbell snatches while jerking off CrossFit? I can't even visualize that. Sebi, who's buying CrossFit? I can't tell you that either. I don't know who's buying it, to be honest with you. All the people I talk to all think that they're the ones who are buying it. That's the problem. So I got 10 people telling me that they're the ones buying it. It's like, Sebi, you would love this Vanessa, Arizona porn star. Her husband hangs her while he also takes a penis in his. Oh, it's fucking. I was so. And this isn't to dig at her, Vanessa. Like, you do what you want to do. Like, I am really not passing judgment on you or your husband, or like, I think if I had to speculate on where your relationship's going, I have some guesses, but it's not my. I wish I wouldn't have seen it. Someone was asking me about it today, and they were asking me what her Twitter handle is. I'm like, hey, dude, you don't want to see it. Like, I want to see a lot of shit. I was not. I wish I would not have seen that. I wish I would not have seen that. I wish I would not have seen that. Wish I would not have seen that. All right. Thank you. Pool boy, I'm glad you enjoyed it. The Friday, I think I don't know, you guys can correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm going with it. Probably the greatest fight. It's got to be up there in the 10 most exciting fights in my lifetime for the UFC. Has been scheduled against Jack Della Maddalena, who beat Bilal Muhammad and Gilbert Burns. Will now be fighting Islam Makhachev. And Jack Della Maddalena, he's won 18 in a row, and I don't think he's done a podcast on the fight yet. He's coming on Thursday night for a podcast. That's awesome. This little rinky-dink podcast. The greatest interviewer in the world. And the most fit 64-year-old guy I know. 63? 64. All right. Love you guys. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.